Okay, as you can see in the same diagram, they have just drilled a hole through the beam, maybe for the sanitary pipe. Okay, so is it a good idea or not? Does it weaken the beam or not? And if it's a mistake, then how it's a mistake? How do we prove it? As you can see, according to engineering, the beam is just weak in the same section. Okay, you can say at the section which is actually section AA. Okay, so that's very weak section according to engineering. And how? As you can see, if you remember from the second semester, the beam rigidity, that's actually EI. Okay, so if you recall that property, that's EI, and that's actually the rigidity of the beam. Okay, if I just write that very quickly. Okay, so rigidity of the beam, that's actually EI, where E is the modulus of elasticity of the material, I, that's actually the moment of inertia, and that's very important. Okay, the more moment of inertia, the more strong the beam. Okay, so having more moment of inertia, the beam will be stronger, and with less moment of inertia, and remember, the moment of inertia is going to be less, okay, in the same section where we have just drilled the hole. Okay, moment of inertia at section, that is BB, that's gonna be more with respect to the moment of inertia okay, at the section AA. Okay, let's just consider section AA. Okay, and if you just draw this section, that's gonna be like the same thing as this one. Okay, so we have a hole for the pipe, and remember the moment of inertia about you can say x-axis. Okay, let's say there we have a, you can say y-axis and then x-axis. Okay, so I x-axis, that's gonna be BD cube by 12 plus AK square, and about y-axis, that's gonna be IYY, and that's gonna be you can say DB cube by 12, okay, plus AR square. Okay, if you remember that from the second semester. Now, as you can see, we have a very amazing property. That's actually the area. That's AK square and AR square. Okay, so remember, where we have the hole, the area can be deducted. That means decreasing the area, okay, in the section will decrease the rigidity. Okay, you can say EI will be, you can say, minimum if we have the less area. Okay, having more area, like at the section BB, area is actually, you can say, solid. There is no deduction for the hole. Okay, so area will be more. That means the more rigidity. So drilling a hole, or you can say digging a hole through the beam, is not a good idea. That's a, you can say, a big mistake which weakens the beam. Okay, I mean, if you drill or you just dug a hole through the beam, that will just decrease the rigidity, which is actually EI. Okay, I is the moment of inertia. Having hole will just decrease the moment of inertia, which directly decrease or minimize the rigidity, and rigidity is actually something which we want. Okay, the more rigidity, the more stronger the beam is. See you in the next video.